Good morning on this Tuesday morning, December 6th. My husband and I actually are quickly running out the door. We're going into the city to purchase our tickets to the Playhouse for New Year's Eve. We've been doing this for quite a few years now, and we just really enjoy going there and watching the performers, and honestly, I don't even know what it is they're doing this year. The first time we went, it was Mary Poppins, and it was my husband's very first experience with live theater, and he just fell in love with it. So we've just continued on doing that on New Year's Eve, and we got to run because we forgot to purchase our tickets, and we don't want it to be all filled up where we can't go. So I will talk to you later. I hope you have a good day. And that's the Playhouse. That's where we're coming. This is part of downtown Erie. It's actually off of a side street. I would have loved to be able to come and see Scrooge, but it's not really corresponding with our schedule. Here we are. We'll go in and get our tickets. This is just the inside lobby of the Erie Playhouse. I just thought maybe you would like to see it. Guess what we did? We purchased the tickets for the New Year's Eve, and it's called 100 Years of Broadway. That's what they're going to be doing. That's what the performance is called. And it says in the, if I can get this brochure open, here it is. It says in the brochure that it's a salute to 100 years of Broadway. And so it is going to be mainly the Playhouse Orchestra and their finest vocalists singing the best of Broadway's music. So that's what it's mainly going to be. And they're going to have champagne and chocolate and a birthday cake in the foyer to celebrate their 100 years as the Erie Playhouse. So that's exciting. But we did something else. We went ahead and we purchased the tickets to Scrooge. I absolutely adore A Christmas Carol. I've always liked it. And when we went in there, they had, I didn't think that they were, I thought it was ending the weekend before it was. So we were able to go see the show because it works with that schedule now. I thought that this coming up weekend was the last weekend for the show, but it's the following. So on the 17th, we get to go see Scrooge. That'd be really great. Anyways, it's getting late here. What I mean by late is I mean late afternoon. And it has rained ever since we got back. Just a continual, slow drizzle. The type that when you go outside, if you're out there for more than just like to run into the car, you're going to be wet because it's just a steady coming down. Yeah, so it doesn't really give one much ambition to go and do anything when it's like that. So besides that, a couple hours, my husband will be getting up. Other than that, it's been a very, very boring day. But I got a vlog to edit, so I actually have things to do. And I'm going to go ahead and start on that. And I will talk to you later on tonight. I hope you had a really good day. Well, good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? We are doing really well. I was just really super excited that I'm going to be able to go see Scrooged. When I was a little girl, I got a record player for Christmas. And one of the albums that my parents had gotten me was A Christmas Carol. And it was the big LP record. And it had all the original songs on it and the storyline. And oh my goodness, I would listen to that every year. I bet you that I listened to that all the way up until my teenage years. I think that's what made me fall in love with the storyline. But I'm excited about that. I'm very, very grateful that the Lord had allowed us to be able to go see that. And tonight, what I'd like to talk about is called The Details. But first, our scripture for tonight is found in Psalms 40, verse 5. And I'm going to be reading from the New American Standard Version. Many, O Lord my God, are the wonders which you have done, and your thoughts towards us. There is none to compare with you. If I would declare and speak of them, they would be too numerous to count. That is a beautiful declaration. And you know, if you want to do things right, you know you have to pay attention to detail. A workable budget takes accurate numbers. If any of you have ever made a mistake with your checking account and then bounced, you will understand the importance of accurate numbers. But even a successful recipe is going to call for the right amount of measurements for the ingredients. So does making a garment or making a quilt. You need to have the right measurements. Without seeing to the detail, the big picture won't come out as intended. And that is so true, especially when baking. I don't know if you've ever met anybody that was using dry measures in a liquid measure cup. It doesn't work. You cannot measure a dry ingredient in a liquid cup and get an accurate measurement. And then they wonder why their cake didn't turn out or their cookies didn't turn out. Well, it's because they didn't have the right measurement. They weren't paying attention to the details. They didn't understand the importance of those details. In the big picture of our life, the details also matter. That's why God invites you to bring not only your heavy burdens of your heart to Him, but even those small nagging fears too. He opens His ears to whatever is bothering us. From minor annoyances to major irritants to even catastrophes. If it's important enough that it's occupying your thoughts, it's important enough for you to engage in prayer about it to your Lord. The details of the lives of others are also important to God, and He may use you to respond in precise and specific ways. One example might be a friend's illness prompts you to bring them a meal. Another might be a loved one's disappointment prompts you to spend some extra time with them. Are they just small details? Well, maybe by the world's standards, but no, not to the ones you serve, nor is it to God. It's not small. We need to be very, careful and be specific in the details of our lives. There's two people that I want to quote to you. And one is by Mother Teresa. And she says, prayer enlarges the heart until it is capable of containing God's gift of himself. Ask and seek, and your heart will grow big enough to receive him and keep him as your own. And the other one is by W. Philip Keller. And he says, by Jesus' gracious, kindly spirit, he moves in our lives, sharing his very own life with us. He introduces the exotic fruits of his own person into the prepared soil of our hearts, where they take root and flourish. So with that, I want to remind you that life happens, so let's enjoy it. And watch for those little details. Pay attention to the little details because they might be very important. God bless, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.